Welcome back to United Vision, your home for everything Manchester United. From breaking transfer news to tactical updates and inside scoops straight out of Old Trafford, we've got you covered. If you bleed red, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and join the conversation in the comments. Because this is where the United family comes alive. Manchester United's search for a new goalkeeper has taken a fresh twist, with the club now dropping their long-standing interest in World Cup winner Emiliano Martinez. While the Aston Villa shot-stopper has been on the radar for months, United have ultimately decided not to meet Villa's heavy demands. And it looks like Erik ten Hag's successor, Ruben Amorim, has turned his attention elsewhere. The decision comes after United's ongoing struggles between the sticks. Andre Onana has endured a turbulent spell since his big-money move to Old Trafford, while Altay Bayindir's recent error against Arsenal only amplified concerns about the lack of quality in this vital position. Fans and pundits alike are in agreement. United desperately need a reliable, commanding presence in goal if they are to challenge at the highest level again. Martinez, a proven Premier League star and a key figure in Argentina's World Cup triumph, looked like the ideal candidate. But reports suggest United's hierarchy were unwilling to sanction a big-money bid, leaving Amorim frustrated as he looks to complete his squad overhaul. Instead, all eyes have turned towards a younger option, Senne Lammens of Royal Antwerp. At just 23 years old, Lammens represents a long-term investment. The Belgian keeper has shown flashes of brilliance with Antwerp and Club Brugge, and while he may not yet be a household name, United believe he could develop into a world-class stopper under Amorim's system. His age, potential, and affordability make him a more appealing option compared to Martinez or PSG's Gianluigi Donnarumma, who United have now officially distanced themselves from, despite Wayne Rooney publicly urging his former club to make a move for the Italian. It's a gamble. United fans know all too well that the Premier League can be a brutal testing ground for inexperienced players. But the decision signals a clear strategy. Amorim is building a younger, hungrier team that can grow together and compete for years to come. Whether Lammens will be the solution between the sticks remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: United's next goalkeeper signing could define their future. So, Reds, do you think United are right to gamble on a young talent like Senne Lammens? Or should the club have gone all out for a proven winner like Emiliano Martinez? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be reading every single one. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for daily United news, and join the United Vision family as we follow every twist and turn of this transfer window. Glory, glory, Man United. Meanwhile, in other news, Manchester United could be about to pull off one of the shock transfers of the summer. With Ruben Amorim pushing hard behind the scenes, the Red Devils are weighing up a £69 million move for none other than Real Madrid's Eduardo Camavinga. Manchester United's midfield hunt has taken a dramatic twist, with fresh reports from Spain linking the club to Real Madrid's highly rated star, Eduardo Camavinga. According to Fichajes, United are seriously exploring a late window swoop for the 22-year-old, who has long been tipped as one of the brightest young talents in world football. United's need for reinforcements in the middle of the park has grown urgent. Their pursuit of Carlos Baleba ended in disappointment after Brighton issued a firm hands-off warning, while a tentative inquiry for Crystal Palace youngster Adam Wharton was rebuffed as the Eagles brace for the likely exit of Eberechi Eze. This has left the Old Trafford hierarchy scrambling for alternatives, and it's Amorim who has reportedly made a strong case for Camavinga. The new United boss is said to be a big admirer of the Frenchman, praising his intensity, vision, and ability to dictate games under pressure. Amorim believes Camavinga is tailor-made for his system and has urged the board to push ahead with a bid. Reports claim that United are ready to table an offer close to €80 million, which aligns with Real Madrid's valuation. However, Real are not desperate sellers. Despite a worrying string of injuries that limited Camavinga to just 19 La Liga appearances last season, only 11 of them starts, Xabi Alonso still considers him a central part of his plans. That said, Madrid have let intermediaries know that an offer of at least 80 million euros would be enough to force a serious conversation. For United, who have already splashed out over £200 million on new arrivals, including Benjamin Sesko, Matheus Cunha and Bryan Mbeumo, this would be another blockbuster statement of intent. The question is whether the Glazers and Ineos are willing to take that financial plunge so late in the window. If it happens, Camavinga's arrival would be seismic. A world-class midfielder with Champions League pedigree, he could instantly elevate Amorim's project. But given his injury record, fans may also wonder whether United should gamble on a player who's been on the treatment table 5 times in the past year. United fans, over to you. Would Camavinga be the perfect midfield signing for Amorim, or is it too risky given his injury history? Smash a comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more breaking Manchester United updates here on United Vision. Meanwhile, in other news, Manchester United's transfer window just got even more intriguing. With midfield targets cooling off, shock defensive links heating up, and big names potentially leaving Old Trafford, Ruben Amorim's rebuild is moving into a crucial stage. Let's break down the latest reports, what they really mean for United, and where the squad could be heading before the deadline slams shut. Manchester United may have lost their Premier League opener against Arsenal, but there were encouraging signs under new boss Ruben Amorim. Bryan Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha both impressed on debut, while fans are eagerly awaiting Benjamin Šeško's breakthrough moment to ignite the attack. Yet, one thing was clear at Old Trafford: the squad is still incomplete, and Amorim knows it. The midfield remains the most pressing concern. For weeks, United have been strongly linked with Crystal Palace's Adam Wharton and Brighton's Carlos Baleba. Both players fit the mould of the modern United midfielder, young, dynamic, and technically sharp. However, according to The Athletic's David Ornstein, a deal for Wharton this summer is looking unlikely. Amorim may admire the player, but United's immediate focus appears to be trimming the squad before making any major midfield additions. And that squad trimming could reshape the club. Jadon Sancho is still in talks with Roma, Tyrell Malaysia could be on his way out, and Rasmus Højlund's time in Manchester seems to be rapidly running down after a disappointing spell. Even Andre Onana's situation is under quiet scrutiny, though there's no active movement on a replacement just yet. With midfield targets stalling, attention has suddenly turned to a more surprising name: Brentford captain Nathan Collins. Reports claim United are lining up a potential move for the 24-year-old centre-half in what would be a shock raid on the Bees. Collins, who cost Brentford a club record £23 million when he joined from Wolves last summer, has established himself as a defensive leader in London. Strong in the air, composed on the ball, and Premier League proven, he could be the kind of no-nonsense addition Amorim craves. But there's a catch. Brentford, already weakened by departures of Bryan Mbeumo and Christian Nørgaard, are deeply reluctant to lose another cornerstone of their squad. United may admire Collins, but prizing him away won't be easy. Still, with Harry Maguire and youngster Lenny Yoro starting against Arsenal, Amorim may see Collins as the missing blend of experience and reliability at the back. As the September 1st deadline looms, the message is clear. United are exploring multiple options, but time is running short. Fans will hope for at least one midfield reinforcement and possibly a defensive surprise. Amorim's project has only just begun, but the next 2 weeks in the transfer market could define his debut season at Old Trafford. So, United fans, are you excited about the idea of Nathan Collins at Old Trafford? Or should the priority stay locked on midfield with players like Adam Wharton or Carlos Baleba? Drop your thoughts below, smash that like button if you're backing Amorim's rebuild, and don't forget to subscribe to United Vision for daily updates, news and transfer scoops. The window isn't over, and the Red Devils' business could get very busy very soon. Meanwhile, in other news, the Carlos Baleba dream may have to wait. Despite his meteoric rise at Brighton and United's long-standing admiration, fresh reports suggest the Red Devils might have to bide their time until next summer before making a move for the 21-year-old midfield powerhouse. Manchester United unlikely to sign Carlos Baleba. After new update, Manchester United may have to wait a year to sign top target Carlos Baleba, according to reports, with the Red Devils having been prepared to delay a move until next summer amid their huge spending in the current transfer window, as well as Brighton's extortionate asking price. The Red Devils have already spent close to £200 million on a new-look front three, with Brentford hero Bryan Mbeumo, Wolverhampton Wanderers star Matthias Cunha, and RB Leipzig sensation Benjamin Sesko set to line up alongside each other ahead of the new campaign. Spending may not be done there, though, with a midfielder and a new goalkeeper both being on the agenda, and that has seen the Red Devils take a keen interest in the former Lille man. Man United prepared to delay. Carlos Baleba deal reports last week suggested that the midfielder was in United's sights, despite their heavy spending in the summer transfer window. Although Baleba would take a fee of at least £100 million for United to be convinced to make a move, with United Vision sources revealing that he would cost £120 million, their interest hasn't waned at all, and a deal isn't out of the question. However, the report by Manchester Evening News journalist Samuel Luckhurst states that United are prepared to wait to bring the Cameroonian star into the club. And although they haven't given up on signing the 21-year-old midfielder before the window shuts, senior sources have told Luckhurst that a deal is now unlikely in the remaining 2.5 weeks of the window. Sources have also stated that a deal this summer is too difficult, with Baleba under contract until 2028. And with the South Coast outfit having sold Moises Caicedo to Chelsea for £115 million 2 years ago, that could be Brighton's marker for a potential fee if they were to part ways with their young midfield enforcer. Baleba has been outstanding for Brighton since his move 2 years ago, featuring in 34 Premier League games for the Seagulls last season, as they came 8th in the top flight, scoring 3 goals under young gaffer Fabian Hürzeler, and they only missed out on Europe as a result of rivals Crystal Palace winning the FA Cup. That may have been a key reason for a move to Old Trafford. With United not in European competition, Ruben Amorim has had to focus on stars to come into their ranks from clubs who also failed to secure European football without the pull of playing some of Europe's biggest names. So Reds, would you wait another year to see Carlos Baleba in United Red? Or should the club break the bank now? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for the latest transfer scoops, tactical deep dives and matchday breakdowns. Meanwhile, in other news, Chelsea are pushing hard for Alejandro Garnacho. And the scary part, it looks like United might just cave in. Let's break it down. It's the type of headline no United fan ever wants to read, but the reality is unfolding quickly. Chelsea are ramping up their pursuit of Alejandro Garnacho and are confident they can drag him away from Old Trafford for less than the £50 million price tag Manchester United initially set. The Blues have tabled an offer in the region of £35 million, claiming it's a fair valuation given the winger's situation at United. Reports suggest Garnacho has been told he has no long-term future at the club, and that brutal reality has only intensified his desire for a move to Stamford Bridge. In fact, Garnacho has already turned down advances from top European clubs. His mind is set on Chelsea. Sources say personal terms are already wrapped up between Garnacho and the London side, with an agreement in principle ready to go once the clubs settle on a transfer fee. Chelsea are playing the game with patience, confident in the fact the player only wants them, while United's position appears to be softening as the transfer window clock ticks down. From United's perspective, selling Ganache would not just be about cutting ties, it's also a financial chess move. Classified as a homegrown player, his sale would be logged as pure profit in the books. With the club targeting high-value signings like Brighton's Carlos Baleba, the money from Garnacho's sale could significantly boost spending power before the deadline. Yet, for the fans, this isn't about numbers on a balance sheet. It's about losing one of the most exciting young talents to a direct rival. Garnacho's determination to force the move, Chelsea's unrelenting pursuit, and United's shifting stance make this saga feel like it's heading towards an inevitable and painful conclusion. As of now, negotiations remain active, with all sides reportedly aiming for a breakthrough by the end of the week. If nothing changes, Garnacho could be wearing Chelsea blue by the time the new season gets into full swing, and Old Trafford will be left wondering how they let one of their brightest sparks slip away. And there you have it. The Garnacho saga is heating up fast. Are United right to cash in and move on? Or is this one of those transfers we'll regret for years? Drop your thoughts below. Hit that like button if you're passionate about the badge. And don't forget to subscribe to United Vision so you never miss the truth behind the headlines. This one's far from over. Meanwhile, in other news, Old Trafford could be about to steal a Premier League star right from under Pep Guardiola's nose. Manchester United are leading the race for Brighton's Carlos Baleba, and the player has already made his feelings crystal clear. He wants to wear the red shirt. This could be the signing that transforms United's midfield, but it won't come cheap. Manchester United are reportedly in pole position to sign Brighton and Hove Albion's midfield powerhouse Carlos Baleba, with arch-rivals Manchester City lurking in the shadows. In a summer where United have already landed Matheus Cunha, Brian Mbeumo, Benjamin Šeško and Diego Leon, the hunt for a top-class defensive midfielder has taken centre stage, and Baleba is now the club's #1 target. According to fresh reports, the Red Devils have been in talks with the 20-year-old Cameroon international for weeks. Personal terms? Contract length? Salary? All agreed. In fact, Baleba has told Brighton he wants out, and his dream move is to Old Trafford. That's a huge statement, considering Pep Guardiola is also a big admirer, and Manchester City have stepped up their interest. However, Brighton, true to form, aren't making this easy. The Seagulls have the midfield gem locked down until 2028 and are using that leverage to slap a massive £120 million price tag on his head. That would mean United breaking their transfer record, a bold move considering Sir Jim Ratcliffe's earlier warnings about the club's financial situation. Football finance expert Stefan Borson believes it's still possible, suggesting the club could raise £75 million overnight if needed, through short-term loans, equity raises, or even a capital boost from the Glazers and Ratcliffe, though fans might call that wishful thinking. With the clock ticking on the transfer window, United must decide if they're willing to go all in. If this deal happens, Baleba could be the missing piece in Ruben Amorim's puzzle, a commanding midfield presence with Premier League experience who can shield the defence and dominate possession. And let's be real, snatching him from City's grasp? That would be a statement in itself. Imagine Baleba in red, shutting down attacks, breaking lines, and bossing the midfield at Old Trafford. Could he be the signing that finally gives United the engine room dominance we've been crying out for? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Would you break the transfer record for him? And don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe to United Vision, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest transfer news. Meanwhile, in other news, Manchester United fans, the Red Devils are back, and the energy at Carrington is absolutely electric. Pre-season is over, the squad is buzzing, And with the Premier League opener against Arsenal just around the corner, you can feel the hunger in every single player's eyes. Let's break down what's going on behind the scenes and why this season could be one to remember. Manchester United is back in full swing at Carrington, and the atmosphere is nothing short of electric. Under the watchful eye of Ruben Amorim, the squad is pushing their limits with an intensity that promises a season full of drama, excitement, and a serious push to reclaim glory. Every training session crackles with purpose as tactics, fitness drills, and attacking precision are drilled into the team. Fans can already sense the fire in the players' eyes, a squad determined to roar back to the top. Carrington itself has undergone a stunning transformation. A £50 million revamp has turned the training ground into a cutting-edge fortress. Recovery zones, advanced monitoring systems, and high-tech simulators now allow players to hone their skills and stay in peak condition. Both veterans and new signings have praised the upgrades, noting that the club now truly has no excuses for underperforming this season. Pre-season matches have offered tantalising glimpses of what this squad can achieve. Draws against Leeds and Fiorentina, a narrow defeat to West Ham, and a dominant 4-1 victory over Bournemouth have showcased a blend of tactical discipline and attacking flair. Add to that the performances in the Premier League Summer Series and the Snapdragon Cup, and it's clear that momentum and confidence are steadily building. Squad dynamics are buzzing. Benjamin Šeško has injected fresh firepower into the attack, while stars like Alejandro Garnacho, Antony, Jadon Sancho, and Tyrell Malaysia continue to attract transfer speculation, adding intrigue to the season's start. Meanwhile, Andre Onana continues his recovery from a hamstring injury, with Altay Bayindir impressively stepping up in his absence. Every development adds to the excitement and anticipation for what promises to be a captivating campaign. Now, all eyes turn to Old Trafford for the Premier League opener against Arsenal on Sunday, August 17th. With a revitalised squad, world-class facilities, and a burning desire to dominate, Manchester United is primed to make a statement. The pre-season may be over, but the real test begins now, and the Red Devils are ready to roar louder than ever. So, Reds, are you feeling the energy at Carrington? Can this squad reclaim their rightful place at the top of the Premier League? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit subscribe for all the latest updates, insider training news, and transfer insights. The season starts now, and United Vision has you covered. Meanwhile, in other news, Manchester United fans, get ready. We might just be on the verge of securing one of the Premier League's most exciting young midfield talents. The name? Carlos Baleba. The price tag? Eye-watering. But the ambition? Absolutely world-class. And from what the man himself has already said, Old Trafford could be the perfect stage for his dream. Carlos Baleba's name is suddenly everywhere in Manchester United circles, and for good reason. At just 21 years old, the Cameroonian midfield dynamo has already carved out a reputation as one of the most promising and complete central players in the Premier League. Since arriving at Brighton from Lille 2 years ago, he's racked up 61 top-flight appearances, demonstrating a mix of athleticism, vision, and composure that has caught the eye of scouts, pundits, and fans alike. Now, United are firmly in the mix. With new boss Ruben Amorim eager to rebuild his midfield into a high-energy, technically gifted engine room, Baleba fits the profile perfectly. Versatile, hard-working, and already tested against England's elite. On paper, he's exactly the type of player United's project has been crying out for. But this isn't just about what Baleba can do for United. It's also about what United can do for him. Speaking to Sky Sports back in November, the Brighton man made no secret of his career ambitions. At the end of my career, I want to have an individual title, to play and mark a little bit of history like the great midfielders have done before, and then win trophies, lots of trophies, with my club and my country. Those words, dripping with hunger and ambition, sound like they were made for a club with United's history and expectations. When asked whether Brighton could be the place to achieve that, Baleba kept it diplomatic, but left the door wide open. For me, there are opportunities everywhere. I can win trophies here with Brighton. I can win trophies at another club. My ambition is to just win trophies everywhere I go. Just doing that and making the world happy. And now, United are testing Brighton's resolve. Transfer insider Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that talks are ongoing between the two clubs, with Brighton holding firm on their valuation, reportedly north of £100 million. It's a figure that would make Baleba one of the most expensive midfielders in Premier League history, and it's clear Brighton boss Fabian Hürzeler isn't sweating over the speculation. No chance. I don't feel fear. The only thing we can do is work as hard as we can and stay together, he said, doubling down on Brighton's confidence in keeping their man unless a huge offer arrives. For United, the challenge is clear. Raise the funds, possibly through player sales, and move decisively. With Baleba not just being another prospect, but a player with both the present ability and future superstar ceiling, the temptation to pull the trigger is massive. And if they do, they won't just be signing a midfielder. They'll be bringing in a player who's openly stated his dream of making history, winning trophies, and leaving a legacy. Sounds like a perfect fit for the theatre of dreams. So, Reds, what do you think? Is Carlos Baleba worth the £120 million gamble? Could he be the heartbeat of United's midfield for the next decade? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm reading them all. And if you want to stay ahead of every twist in this transfer saga, hit that subscribe button and join the United Vision family. This summer is just getting started.